Hi, everyone. We're going to be talking about deciphering food labels, and I'm extremely excited to have you all here. I hope you enjoy this and you gain some information. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put a comment below or email me, love@kimberlytn.com. So let us get started. As you know, modern food manufacturers have overwhelmed store shelves with foods that are nutrient poor, rotten, spoiled, dead, old, and contaminated with antibiotics, chemicals, and growth hormones. Refining has also brought us spectacularly cheap, pervasive, and fattening ingredients, namely white flour, white sugar, high fructose, corn syrup, and industrial seed oils. These fake foods distort your appetite and cause you to consume more calories than you require. This perpetuates a vicious cycle of stuffing your face but never feeling totally satisfied or nourished. So, what are processed foods? Have you ever looked at the list of ingredients on a food package and realized you had no idea what they were? I know for sure I did. Food labels usually read more like a list from a science experiment than a list of ingredients we actually recognize. You'll reap the benefits of eating healthy, whole foods even more when you also reduce the processed foods. So, why not processed foods? Processed foods have been altered from their natural state. There are varying degrees of processed foods, from minimally processed to highly processed. Generally, the less processing a food has undergone and the fewer the ingredients in packaged products, the more nutritious it will be. The more processing a food has gone through, the fewer nutrients it retains. This means more empty calories that provide little to no nutritional benefit. Processed foods tend to be low in nutrients and high in calories. They tend to not keep us full for very long, so we're hungry again a short time later. Most are designed with convenience in mind. They can be eaten quickly, anywhere, and require little or no preparation. Highly processed foods include snack foods, desserts such as candy, chips, ice cream, cakes, etc. Highly processed animal products include most deli meats, chicken nuggets, hot dogs, and some sausages and burgers. Minimally processed foods include fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains, meat, and fish, and are often sold in minimally processed or non-processed form, although each of these also have processed versions. These foods are often not substantially changed from their raw and processed form and retain most of their nutritional value. The effects of food additives studies show that food additives affect the following: your digestion, appetite control, brain function, which can cause brain fog, memory, weight gain, quality of sleep, concentration, as well as ADD or ADHD, energy levels, your gut flora, depleting the good bacteria necessary for assimilation of nutrients, and deficiencies of micronutrients. Perhaps the most effective strategy in losing fat is to stop eating man-made processed food products and start eating real food. Real food is perishable. If it can last on the shelves for extended periods of time or come in a box, be wary. Nutrient quality in processed foods that cause micronutrient deficiencies, not consuming enough vitamins, minerals, and essential fatty acids prevents us from getting the minimum daily requirements of what our bodies need. And processed foods are lacking in the nutrients our bodies need to function properly, especially if our goal is improved overall health and/or weight loss. Once healthier choices become automatic, you won't miss the processed choices because you'll be feeling so much better. And the important initial step is to become more aware of what you're actually eating. Did you know that the food industry allows more than 3,000 food additives to be used in the processing of our food? And yes, I did say over 3,000. These additives are used to help improve the taste, the texture, the consistency, and visual appeal as the appeal of food, as well as to extend the shelf life. These processes can cause allergic reactions and stress in the liver to process such chemicals, many of which are cancer forming. Children exposed to such processes can become hyperactive and display learning difficulties. So, how do we decipher food labels? Learning to decipher food labels is important so you can be more aware of what you're really eating and you can make the most informed decisions. Unfortunately, the food labeling laws in this country, in the US, make it difficult to determine if a food is healthy for us or not at first glance. We have to dig deeper and do a little detective work, but it's worth the effort for sure. The front of the package is designed to sell you the product. It's an advertising billboard and can be very deceiving. To know what's in the food you're buying, you want to read the ingredient list, not the claims on the front of the package. Did you know that these convenient foods, which commonly come with unpronounceable ingredients, may come at a dangerous price? Various food additives and chemicals have shown side effects, which range from nausea and headaches to more serious conditions such as cancer, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis. Please be sure to read ingredient labels carefully and consume more whole foods. Words like natural, whole grains, fresh, fat-free, and low-fat are most often actually what you want to avoid, believe it or not. Crazy, I know. Be suspicious and dig deeper for the facts. Food companies are allowed to promote benefits on the front of the package that are not necessarily true. For example, a food can contain MSG disguised under other names. There are more than 40 different names, but the packaging can claim no MSG. We'll go into the list of these other names in a bit. Before we put any packaged items in our shopping cart, we need to ask ourselves if it's real food or is it food-like substance. It's also important to look at the sugar and sodium content. Fat can be replaced with sugar, and the sodium content can be very high in processed foods, since salt is used as a way to preserve food and keep it from spoiling. The top offenders and controversial ingredients are high fructose corn syrup, which has been shown to damage immune function, speed up the aging process, and contribute to weight gain. It's found in everything from crackers to bread, chips, yogurt, and sauces. I am completely amazed at how many products contain the high fructose corn syrup. And if you start reading the labels, you'll notice this is one of the main top ingredients. Trans fats. Trans fats are found in hydrogenated oil or partially hydrogenated oil. And according to the Harvard School of Public Health, trans fats cause about 50,000 premature heart attack deaths per year. Trans fats also increase the risk for cancer, obesity, depression, asthma, osteoporosis, and more. Trans fats are found in cookies, cakes, frozen food, crackers, chips, and so on. It looks like the US government is finally taking steps to eliminate the use of trans fats in our food supply. So this is a step in the right direction, but please don't be fooled. Refined sugar. People in the US consume 130 to 160 pounds of sugar per year. In other words, we're consuming half a cup of sugar a day, and most of us aren't even aware of it. High consumption of sugar and the corresponding elevated insulin levels can cause weight gain, bloating, fatigue, arthritis, migraines, lowered immune function, obesity, cavities, and cardiovascular disease. It can also disrupt absorption of nutrients, possibly leading to osteoporosis, depression, PMS symptoms, and stress. MSG stands for monosodium glutamate, and you'd be very surprised to know where this substance lurks. It's usually disguised under other names like yeast extract, autolyzed yeast extract, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, carrageenan, sodium caseinate, soy protein, and few others, including quote unquote natural flavorings. Natural flavoring doesn't always mean MSG, but oftentimes it does. It's very common to find MSG in soups, sauces, crackers, flavored chips, etc. Studies show that mice injected with MSG increase their food intake by more than 40%. It is known obesogen, which causes obesity, and studies have also shown MSG to be a neurotoxin, toxic to our nervous system. And remember, natural flavoring does not mean it is natural. That is a #1 red flag. Not only does hydrolyzed vegetable protein, one of the names MSG is disguised under, contain 3 very powerful brain cell toxins: glutamate, aspartate, and citric acid, but it also contains several known carcinogens. Incredibly, the FDA does not regulate the amount of carcinogens allowed in hydrolyzed vegetable protein, or the amount of hydrolyzed vegetable protein allowed to be added to food products. This substance poses an even greater danger than MSG itself. Sulfites and sulfates destroy vitamin B1, which is important for mental clarity and heart health. They are commonly found in processed lunch meats as well as beer and wine. Look for lunch meats such as Applegate Farms Organics that don't contain sulfites. Artificial flavors and colors, another big red flag. In its report, Food Dyes, a Rainbow of Risks, the Center for Science and Public Interest revealed that 9 of the food dyes currently approved for use are linked to health issues, ranging from cancer and hyperactivity to allergy-like reactions. Red #40 may accelerate the appearance of immune system tumors in mice. Blue #2 was linked to brain tumors, and yellow #5 may not only be contaminated with several cancer-causing chemicals, but is also linked to hyperactivity, hypersensitivity, and other behavioral effects in children. They are in many products, including Gatorade, sodas, frozen treats, flavored chips, fruit snacks, candy, and so on. Artificial sweeteners. Did you know that artificial sweeteners can decrease your good gut bacteria by as much as 50%? Artificial sweeteners have also been found to spike insulin and leptin levels. This can cause weight gain even though you're drinking a 0-calorie drink. Leptin is a hormone that tells your body it's full. When this hormone is overstimulated, your body does not get the message as early that you are satiated, leading to consuming more food that you normally would. The sweetness tells your brain that calories and micronutrients are coming in. However, when they don't arrive, your body shouts for more nutrients and sends you on a quest to actually find more. BHA and BHT are two food additives commonly used in the food industry to prevent oils from going rancid. Studies have shown that BHA has caused stomach-focused carcinogens in trials involving mice, hamsters, and rats. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has deemed BHA reasonably anticipated to be a human carcinogen. BHT is slightly less harmful than BHA, but should still be replaced with safer alternatives. Genetically modified organisms. The GMOs are plants or animals that have had their DNA modified. The majority of the corn, wheat, soybean, cotton, and canola crops are now genetically modified, and one or more of these can be found in nearly every processed food. GMOs have not been proven safe, and some studies show GMOs may decrease immunity to diseases in plants as well as humans. They may also cause resistance to antibiotics and could have a negative impact on genetic function. For a current list of GMO foods, you can visit the Environmental Working Group at www.ewg.org. They have a plethora of information, and I did a video previously on organics versus non-organics, if you'd be interested in watching that. And that information was also contained or received from the EWG. Looking at the list of additives, we have to wonder how our food supply has become so far removed from what nature intended. The good news is we get to choose what we eat. We get to vote with our dollars every time we make a trip to the grocery store. And please remember this. Your best bet is to stick with organic, non-GMO, unprocessed, and minimally processed foods as much as possible. If you pick up a food and there's a long list of ingredients, as a rule, that means more than 5, or you see ingredients you wouldn't find in your kitchen, put it back and find something that will contribute to rather than deplete your health and well-being. Food Educate is an app that you can use on your phone to help you determine healthy and non-healthy ingredients. You scan the barcode with your phone and get valuable information as to the quality of the food and help you make the best decision. So what's next? Well, rather than feel overwhelmed with all this information, take on becoming more aware. You can start with something as simple as reading food labels at the store. Maybe work on one meal at a time and implement more whole foods during the day. Decide what you want to start with first. You don't have to do it all at once. It may not be realistic to completely eliminate all processed food these days. However, the more whole foods you can add into your diet, the better. There are almost always healthier versions of what you like. And remember, you deserve the best. Your body wants you to eat more real food. When we eat more whole foods, real food, our bodies are satisfied, and as a result, we end up consuming fewer calories and get more of what we need to stay healthy, prevent and fight illness, and maintain a healthy weight range. Your health is not something you biologically lose as you age. It is something you build or give away a little each day in what you do and what you don't do. So please get started today and check out the packaged items in your pantry and read the labels to see what you find. And try using the Food Educate app. Become more aware of the chemical additives in your foods you purchase by reading the ingredient list on the back of the package rather than trusting the billboard advertising on the front of the package. Find healthier alternatives to the processed foods. It doesn't have to be all at once. Just pick one or two at a time. The processed food or ingredient that you're going to start eliminating first is, and you decide what you would like that to be. I want to thank you so very much for joining me. And like I said, I hope that you learned some information and that you do truly start deciphering food labels and reading the ingredients. This actual module came from my Healthy Living Wellness program. It is going to be available shortly, and it will be available for purchase at www.healthyandharmoniouslifestyle.com in the near future. So if you would like to get in more information about the program, please look for it there. And also comment below if you have any questions or comments. I truly appreciate receiving those. And thank you again for joining me. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everyone. Take care and thanks again. All right. Bye.